There's a funny video that I'm narrating that is the first demo that people have seen media running on the Raspberry Pi. That like we're sitting in a hotel room at Scale, which is a Linux conference in LA, and we just got the Pi booting. It's the first time any of us had seen it, and it's about 3 months before general availability.
Mhm.
And me, the Uni, who was one of our core contributors,
Mhm.
and then it was Nate Benson as well. It was us three in a hotel room, and they were like, "Hey, let's record a video." And it's like, "Oh, you can do it." So I'm the voice of this video, and I've seen a Raspberry Pi for all of like 5 minutes at this point. But yeah, yeah, and so it was great. I think that was serial number 9 or 12, somewhere around there. Yeah,
Wow.
we didn't want to brag about it in the video, but I really wanted to, but I resisted.
Mhm, mhm. That's so cool. Like it's really cool that like Cody's just been around here for this long, but with that in mind, it does also come with some drawbacks as well. When you have a code base this old, there are going to be some design decisions, some limitations caused by, you know, I know you talked about the fact that you guys are try to be consistent across every platform. Just that by itself is already a decision that causes a lot of headaches, I'm sure. But besides that one, what sort of issues have come across in the project that really either need to be architected around or re-architected just full stop to bring it up to a more modern standard?
That's a good question, actually. I pick your poison, really. Um, any probably every part of the Kodi code base, except for probably the retro player stuff, because that would I would argue well, not argue I would probably say that's the probably one of the newest major features that sort of come in. So, but even that, when did Gabe, was that 2012, or when did he first do his or apply for that GSOC, Keith? Do you remember? Was it
That sounds
2016?
about right. It was something like that. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was something. He worked on it. Maybe it was even 2011. Like he started that a minute ago, and
So yeah, even that, with that being sort of one of our newer sort of thing, it's still sort of 10, 12 years old sort of
Mm.
thing. So yeah, realistically, pick your poison, and we could probably architect things in a better. Having said that,
Mhm.
I honestly do believe that Kodi has stood up quite well over the years with some decisions made by sort of previous contributors and the way that they've done it. The fact that we are so easily, I would sort of argue, so easily able to be run up on a completely new platform, is, I guess, a testament to some of the design decisions that have been made in the past. Um, as sort of we mentioned earlier, I was involved in pushing the tvOS port to mainline, to a main project. So there was work done earlier by Memphis and was Davila, a couple of sort of guys that were doing that, but it never got mainlined. And then we had a very large rework by, you sort of mentioned Fernet earlier, who essentially rewrote our pretty much the entire video engine, I guess, which was a massive work all of its own. Um, so it's very difficult to, like, those core features like that. It's very difficult to just say, right, we'll go and rewrite that,
Right.
because it's so ingrained into everything. The use cases, even sort of testing these days, you implement a feature or a playback of a new codec or whatever, the testing matrix when you look at this stuff is just insane to work out software and hardware, as well as all, be it Windows, OS, Mac OS, or Mac Apple based stuff, Linux. It's very difficult to thoroughly test on everything, and it often ends up being, testing is really done out in the wild by our users, the feedback that they give us,
Mhm.
and we're always forever trying to improve Kodi and make it better, because again, I use it daily. It's always used in my household, so I want it to be as good as it can be. So yeah, it's I guess it's difficult to sort of pick any particular area. You could pick anything, and I guess with hindsight, see that well, that should have been done this way. But again, as time goes on, there are just different I guess requirements at the time, and I'm sure that we will re-architect many things over the coming years as well. But yeah, it is what it is, really. So